Are you using too much beard oil? Was the first video I created in this series that gave some general rules and advice for how much beard oil you should be using. But there are many factors that go into your individual amount for your beard, such as my last video where I covered viscosity. Well, in this video, I'm going to tell you about climate and why the weather where you are at currently plays a part in how much beard oil you should use. And I'm going to give you a couple of rules that you can usually live by when it comes to that. Next thing, really important, mullet check. Had to flex on you guys with that mullet. If you didn't know, I am in the pursuit of a beautiful, glorious mullet to kind of match this beard. You got this going down in the front, got the little flip in the back. We call it the Murder City mullet. We call it the Flint Town flow. We call it the Michigan mud flap. Whatever else, if you guys got a nickname for the mullet, drop it down below and I would love to hear that one. And if you guys are new here, my name's DanCBearded. My subscribers call me the trusted teacher for all things beard related. Thanks for checking the channel out. If you are returning, thank you so much for all the support. I really appreciate being able to do what I love. So if you like beard stuff, consider subscribing to the channel. If you like this video specifically, at any time, hit a thumbs up. And please let me know any questions, any mullet comments, any beard comments down below. Those always make my day when I'm able to read those. General summarization of the rules and then into some specific details for you guys of why they are rules. So number one, the more humidity in the climate, the less oil you need. Number two, the drier the climate, the more oil you will need. Now I will explain. When it is humid out, that means there is more water and moisture in the air. Your hair and your skin love to grab that water and keep it, especially hair. You know it's humid out because girls or even guys with our beards, we talk about how frizzy and uncontrollable, right? Guys will say the worst thing for my hair, for my beard is humidity. It makes it look crazy. Well, the reason that happens is your hair loves to grab those water molecules, and when it does that, your hair gets heavier. Now you may think if it's heavier, it's gonna help with gravity, it's gonna lay down straight. No, what happens when your hair gets heavier is it goes back towards your skin. And essentially when a hair is kind of straight, when it gets a bunch of water on it, it falls back on itself and goes in all that kind of crinkle cut fry or kind of little just type motion. And when that happens, imagine your hair gets shorter and poofier. And a lot of you in Florida right now are like, yep, he's right. That happens to me. But on the side note, it's healthy for your hair. It's good for your skin. Having water, having moisture on your skin, on your hair is protective, it's nourishing, and you don't need to use as much oil to trap it. Now, my advice for you is use less oil in humid areas, especially if you're having style issues. A lot of guys try to tackle humidity issues with their styling by putting on more product and more product. I'm gonna use more oil, I'm gonna use a really firm balm, I'm gonna throw some butter before the balm. That just makes it worse. That just makes the hair heavier and heavier and heavier, but not in the type of heavy that you think will help you. So try using a little bit less oil. Don't go with balm, don't go with butter, develop a really good heat routine. I have a bunch of videos on that. If you're wondering where, just let me know in a comment, I'll link you guys. And I promise you that is going to help the style of your beard. Now, vice versa. When it is dry out, you do not have that moisture on the surface. You do not have your hairs grabbing water or your skin holding on to water because it's not there. It's likely doing the opposite and evaporating quicker. So what you need to do is put a protective layer over your skin, over your hair. For the water that you have, keep it and drink water. The more water you're pumping into your skin, into the hair, that oil is gonna help control it, but it's working harder. It's having to battle the sun, the UV rays. You need to likely use a little bit more oil to let your body do its job and retain that moisture. When it's hot, it wants to evaporate. It wants to get rid of all that water. We need to keep that for our beard's health, for our beard's style, the feel, all of that. So those are the general rules of thumb. I'm gonna take 2 seconds, let that sink in for you guys. Pause the video, leave a comment, leave a question, and I'll be back for the conclusion. To wrap this up, when it comes to weather and the amount of oil you need to use on the skin underneath your beard and the beard hairs themselves, it's all about climate. It really doesn't matter if it's hot, doesn't matter if it's cold, all the other factors that we can think about. It really has to do with the amount of moisture that is in the environment. That determines so much when it comes to how much oil you're using, how you go about styling your beard, what products you use. It really is important whether you are in the humid state of Florida, or if you're in Texas where it's just as hot, if not hotter than Florida, but many parts of Texas are dry. Other parts of Texas are humid. You gotta look at that humidity number and then go from there. To leave, please give me your experiences. Even if you are a brand new beardsman, you may be able to tell with your skin. Tell me what kind of climate that you live in. What is your observations and experiences when it comes to your skin, your hair, your oil? Have you gone on vacation to a different climate and you noticed that? I've gone on a vacation pretty much every year to Florida, like most people in Michigan do, and you notice right away the difference with that humidity. We get humid in Michigan, but Florida's its own monster with that humidity. And you make those adjustments. You experience it, you see the difference, you get back to Michigan, and you're like, oh yes, my beard looks a lot better here, but your skin's probably healthy. Your beard's probably healthy down in Florida with that humidity. So I'm excited to hear where you guys are from, what the climate's like, what your experiences are, and whether you think these rules apply to you, or maybe, just maybe, you're an outlier. Wherever there's a rule, there's always people that defy that rule, and that's just how life works, and that's beautiful. So thank you guys for watching today. One more time, my name's DanCBearded. I hope that you stay bearded and stay positive.